My dad passed away in 2013. His last words to me were, "Whatever it takes, you protect your mom."
It was a quiet Sunday morning when the moving truck pulled up across the street. Emma watched from her bedroom window, brushing her hair aside.
This is a body bag of my daughter. This is what you did to her, Steve.
A woman stepped out first, followed by a boy about her age, maybe 14. He had messy black hair, a serious face, and held a box marked books. He didn't smile. He didn't look around. Just followed his mom into the house. Emma was curious. The house had been empty for months, and now, suddenly, someone was there. The boy didn't wave, didn't say hello. He just disappeared behind the red door. Something about him felt different, not scary but quiet, distant. Emma didn't know why, but she couldn't stop watching. Something told her this boy would change everything. Strange noises at night. That night, the street was silent, until Maya heard it. A soft thump, then another. It was coming from the house across the street. She sat up in bed, heart beating faster, and peeked through her curtains. The boy's room was dark, but the basement window flickered with light. She leaned closer to the glass. The sound grew louder, scraping, like furniture being dragged. Then a faint metallic clink. It didn't sound like unpacking. It sounded like someone trying to keep something in or out. Maya's mind raced. Maybe the boy had pets. But the sound wasn't right. No barking or meowing, just steady, strange thumps. Then, suddenly, it stopped. The light in the basement blinked off. Everything went quiet again. She lay back down, pulling the covers up to her chin, but sleep didn't come. Her window stayed open a crack, just enough to hear the wind, and maybe, if it started again, those strange, cold noises. In the morning, she looked for signs, anything odd, but the house across the street looked normal. The boy wasn't outside. The curtains were drawn. Still, she felt it in her chest. Something was wrong in that house. And the street, once peaceful, now held a secret it didn't want to share. The window mystery. The next day, Mia noticed something strange. One of the upstairs windows in the boy's house was always open. Just a little. Rain had come the night before, but the window stayed that way, letting in the cold and damp. No one seemed to care. More curious than scared now, Mia crossed the street after school. She pretended to walk by, glancing up casually. The window was cracked open, curtain fluttering like fingers waving her in. She paused. For just a moment, she thought she saw someone watching, hidden in the shadows. That night, she kept her eyes on that window. Hours passed. At exactly midnight, the curtain moved again. Not from wind, but from a hand, a pale one. It reached out slowly, then quickly snapped back inside. Mia gasped. She backed away from her window, heart pounding. Who else was in that house? The mystery deepened. The boy had never spoken. The noises kept returning. And now, a window that moved when no one should be near it. Maya no longer believed it was just a boy across the street. Something else was there, and it had noticed her too. An unexpected meeting. It happened on a Tuesday. The sky was gray, and the wind carried a chill that made Mia pull her jacket tighter. She was walking home alone when she saw him, the boy from across the street, standing by the old tree near the corner. He wasn't moving, just staring at something in his hand. She hesitated. Then, gathering her courage, she stepped closer. "Hi," she said softly. The boy looked up, startled. His eyes were deep, tired, and somehow older than his face. "Hi," he replied, voice barely a whisper. "I'm Mia," she offered, trying to smile. "You just moved in, right?" He nodded. "Yeah, I'm Eli." They stood in silence. Then Mia asked, "Is everything okay?" "I mean, I hear things." At night, Eli stiffened. He looked down, gripping the object in his hand, a small silver locket. "You shouldn't be listening," he said quietly. "I wasn't trying to," she replied, a little defensive. "It just happens." He glanced back at the house, eyes darkening. "Some things follow you, even when you move." Before she could ask more, he turned and walked away. Mia stood there, chilled not by the wind, but by his words. That brief meeting told her everything and nothing. Eli wasn't just a boy with secrets. He was a warning, and Mia had just stepped into something far bigger than she imagined. Secrets in the basement. Mia couldn't stop thinking about Eli's words. Some things follow you. That night, the noises returned, only louder. Heavy thuds, a dragging sound, then a low, muffled cry. She sat up in bed, staring at the house across the street. The basement light flicked on again. The next day, curiosity pulled her closer. While walking past Ellie's house, she noticed the basement door at the side was slightly open. No one was around. Her heart raced. She stepped closer and peeked in. It was dark, but she saw stairs leading down and boxes stacked high. A faint humming sound came from below, like electricity or a machine running. Then something moved in the shadows. She froze. Suddenly, Eli appeared behind her. "You shouldn't be here," he said sharply. Mia jumped back. "What's down there?" she asked. He didn't answer right away. Then quietly, he said, "It's not mine. It came with the house." She stared at him, unsure what to believe. But one thing was clear: the basement was hiding something unnatural. And Eli was trying, desperately, to keep it contained. The letter he left. The next morning, Eli was gone. Mia noticed it first when she looked out the window. No lights on, no movement. The house looked empty again, like no one had ever lived there. But the mailbox had something sticking out of it. A folded envelope with her name. She ran outside, heart pounding, and grabbed it. The handwriting was shaky, rushed. Inside was a single sheet of paper, smudged with dirt and something darker. It read, "Maya, I'm sorry I didn't say goodbye. I didn't have a choice. The thing in the basement isn't from here. It's not a ghost. It's older than that. It found my family a long time ago, and it follows us no matter where we go. I tried to lock it away, but I think it's waking up again. I can't let it hurt anyone else. So I'm leaving. I don't know where yet, but I'll keep running. Please don't go near the house. Burn this letter if you can. Don't speak its name. Don't listen to the whispers. And if the window opens again, run." Mia's hands trembled as she finished reading. The street was silent, but the air felt wrong. Heavy. She looked up at the house across the street. The upstairs window was open. Just a little, the curtain fluttered. And Mia did not move. Caught in the rain, the storm came fast. Dark clouds rolled over Maple Street, and heavy rain began to pour. Mia sat by her window, clutching Eli's letter, watching the house across the street. Thunder cracked, and lightning lit up the empty windows, but one still stood open. The same one. Always open. She knew she should stay inside, but something pulled her. A noise, soft like a whisper, rose under the storm. It was calling her name, Mia. Her breath caught. She told herself it was the wind. Just wind. But the voice came again, clearer now. "Maya, help." She grabbed her coat and ran outside, rain soaking her instantly. The street was empty, the world quiet except for the storm. She stepped closer to the house, shoes splashing through puddles, heart racing. As she reached the porch, the door creaked open on its own. Inside, the air was cold. The walls groaned like they were breathing. The house felt alive, hungry. She turned to leave, but the door slammed shut behind her. The whispering grew louder, circling her, rising from beneath her feet. Eli was right. It hadn't left with him. It had only been waiting for someone new. And now Mia was caught inside its rain-soaked trap. Truth comes out. The basement door stood open. Maya stared down into the darkness, heart hammering in her chest. The whispering had stopped, but the silence was worse. The air smelled of damp earth and something sour, something old. She stepped down slowly, each creak of the wooden stairs echoing like a scream. At the bottom, she found the source. Not a person, not a ghost, but something twisted, like a shadow with bones. It clung to the walls, shifting without moving, its eyes glowing faintly from the corner. Symbols were carved into the concrete floor, half erased by time and water. Eli had tried to trap it, but the seal was broken. Then she saw the photos, scattered near an old trunk. Eli as a child, younger, in different homes. Each time, the same figure in the background, always just a blur, always watching. This thing had followed him for years, feeding on fear, hiding behind doors, crawling through cracks, and now it was free. It turned toward her. Slowly, deliberately, Mia stepped back, choking on terror, but her foot caught on something. She fell hard. The thing moved closer, dragging the air with it like a tide. She finally understood. This wasn't a haunting. It was a hunger, and it had chosen her. The street goes quiet. Days passed, then weeks. The house across the street stood silent once again. No lights, no movement, no Mia. Neighbors whispered, but no one knew what happened. Her parents said she must have run away. The police searched, but found nothing. Only her coat, soaked and forgotten on the porch of the empty house. They never looked deeper. They never opened the basement door. Maple Street slowly returned to normal. Children played. Mail was delivered. But no one moved into the house again. It sat like a wound, quiet and dark. Its windows always shut, except one. That window still stayed slightly open, just like before. At night, if you listened carefully, you could hear something. A soft thump, then a scrape, then nothing, and sometimes, Only sometimes, someone saw a face in the window, pale, watching. Eli was never found. Neither was Mia. Some say the house eats people. Others say it's cursed. But the truth is worse, because whatever it is, it's patient. It waits. And the boy across the street was only the beginning. Now, it lives in the silence, in the stillness, in the open window that never closes. And the street, once full of life, holds its breath, forever quiet.